Chris is with us in New York City. Hi, Chris. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Christina. How are you guys doing?
Great. How can we help?
Doing well. So my headline question, and I can give you the context, is how do you decide if it's worth it or not to move based on the cost of living from a personal finance perspective? Me personally, I'm kind of on the fence on where I live now, despite the fact I'm doing well and I like my job. I'm 25, have $150,000 annual income, $100,000 saved away in retirement funds, only a couple $100 of debt. And it's just an interesting time right now because New York City in particular, like the rent rates have gone through the roof. The taxation rates are, I don't even have to tell you how high they are. So how do you kind of, in your experience, when have you seen it be worth it to move if someone's already, if I like my job, I'm doing well, but, the cost of living where I happen to be is just so astronomically high versus like almost anywhere else in the country.
Agreed, it is. And most of that cost of living is real estate in your case. The cost of rent.
Yeah, so
the cost of rent to live on Manhattan it's just
terrible.
Compared to the rest of the country, it's bizarre. You got to make a lot of money. You do make a lot of money. Congratulations.
Do you think you can make a similar amount of money somewhere else?
Yeah, so that's, I think, the biggest problem because it's like there's this risk where I'd have to go out and search really hard to find another job. I haven't yet, to be honest. I've skimmed a little bit. And usually, you don't see it that high.
What do you do?
You might not like this to some extent. I'm a stock market researcher, so on individual companies.
I don't dislike that at all. Somebody needs to research it. I'm not against the stock market. I buy mutual funds all the time, and those mutual funds depend on research. So I've got a friend that is a young friend for a guy 62. He's in his 40s, and he makes about $300 to $400 a year, and he does research and analytics for one of the big mutual fund companies, and he does it from his office in his home and has for 10 years. Before work from home was cool, he was doing work from home. And he has lived in ski resort areas. He has lived in Nashville now and so forth. And so, I think you can do your job and the job of analytics from almost anywhere, and I don't think they require you to be in the city physically anymore.
Yeah, that's definitely the case. It's interesting that even for us, during COVID, we were totally work from home. Now I got to be in the office 3 days a week.
Yeah, but I'm saying there might be competitors or there might be people in specific fields using your same skills. A certain industry that you research and you become known for that industry for one of the mutual fund companies or something like that you can do totally work from home. My buddy did it before work from home was a thing. Yeah.
And you think in most cases it's probably worth it at this, especially if I start.
It's what you want. Where do you want to live? You're a single guy. I take it. You live in New York City. It's very cool and very fun to live in New York City in a lot of ways. I love visiting there. I personally, it wouldn't be the quality of life I want to live there. But I do enjoy the city. I used to enjoy it a lot more than I do now. It's kind of screwed up there right now. But it's a great town. It's got a great vibe. I love the energy. I love New Yorkers. People that have lived there their whole lives and stuff, I always relate to them because they're high energy, they're butt kickers, they get it done. I like the environment. I like the culture of it. But I still wouldn't want to live in the city. I got enough country boy in me. I want some green grass.
Yeah, so it's interesting you mentioned that because I'm originally from upstate New York, but after living here the past 2 years, I've come to like the area. I have a lot of family and friend connections here.
Yeah.
So
there's nothing wrong with staying there. You're not doing anything morally wrong. You're not being irresponsible. You make enough money to live there, but it's going to cost you more to live there, so you're not going to prosper mathematically as much as if you made 150 somewhere else. So it's okay to move. There's nothing, but if you're wanting us to tell you to move, we're not going to tell you to move. Now, if you told me you made $60,000 a year and you couldn't make ends meet on Manhattan, I would say that's true. You're probably not living in Manhattan, making $60K. It's probably not happening. I mean, you might for a little while, but it's woo-wee. That's
Well,
a tough one.
Yeah, and with his career field, he has a great chance of that income continuing to increase. So, I mean, if you love New York, if that's somewhere where you want to stay and you see your salary continue to go up, then I think eventually you'll have more margin to save.
Yeah. What I would do is say, where do I want to build my life today? And by the way, doesn't have to be permanent. Where do I want to build my life tomorrow, in the next season of my life? I mean, you might say, hey, I want to stay here, and you might marry a lady and you both decide to stay there, or you might go, hey, we're going to move and raise kids in a different environment. You could do that. Any of those things will work. Any of those things will be fine. So it's just a matter of what you guys want, what you want to do, and later, if there's a you guys, what you guys want to do later. But, you should make those choices based on lifestyle as long as the math will work. And in your case, you've got the option because the math works.
Yeah, exactly. This would be a totally different conversation, like Dave said, if you made $60,000 a year, because that would be a true challenge.
Yeah.
But thankfully, you have the margin right now.
I do not think to be in your field you have to stay there, though. I think with your company you might have to stay there, but I don't think you have to stay there to be in your field. So I would check that part out.